Okay, hello everyone. Good morning. Yeah, good morning, Harsha. Okay, so let us continue our class. Actually, last class, what we have done, I have just introduced myself, and we have seen some basic differences between MCSE and CCNA. So I can see some new people here. So I'll just revise a bit. What is MCSE and what is CCNA? But before that, let me introduce again. Like I'm Shakil here. I have like 12 years of experience. I started my career from like hardware and networking, A plus and N plus. Then I have knowledge of Windows Server Administration. I have done NANPI. This is a network administration. Okay. Then I was into like security, CCNN, CCNP security. Then I was into like Linux administration, and right now I'm making my career in like virtualization and cloud computing. I'm right now into my cloud computing now. Okay. So I have expertise on Windows Server Administration till like cloud computing. Okay, so this workshop is for like MCSE and CCNA. MCSE is like Windows Server Administration, and CCNA is like your network administration. So these are the two courses we are trying to learn here. Okay, so this is about me. 12 plus years of experience, starting from Windows Server Administration. So now into this cloud computing, and in cloud computing I'm into this AWS now. Okay, so this was about me. And coming to MCSE, MCSE stands for Microsoft Certified Solution Expert, and CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. MCSE is a server administration course, and CCNA is a network administration course. MCSE deals with servers. MCSE course is about servers actually, like there are some servers like ADDS server, DNS server, DHCP server, and etc. And CCNA is the course designed for IP addressing, router, and switch. Okay, so MCSE is the course designed by Microsoft, and CCNA is the course that is designed by Cisco. These are the two very famous company. Microsoft is a company that is more famous for like designing operating systems and developing operating systems and softwares actually. And Cisco is the company that is more famous for developing your manufacturing your hardware like your routers, switches, firewalls, and all those things. Done. So I repeat again, MCSE is a server administration course, and CCNA is a network administration course. In MCSE, you will be learning about servers. There are more servers actually, but the most important servers here are ADDS servers, DNS server, and DHCP server. And CCNA, we have three major topics: IP address, router, and switch. These three topics will take nearly 1 month actually. So don't feel like I'm writing only router here. Within router, actually router will take around 15 classes. This IP addressing will take like 5 to 6 classes. This switch will take like 6-7 classes. So overall, it will take 1 month to 35 days to complete MCSE and CCNA. But the major question that we need to understand here is, do we need to learn MCSE and CCNA both? Is it compulsory to learn MCSE and CCNA? Now let us address this question first. Let us try to understand this concept first. Then we can move into like what is there in MCSE, what is there in CCNA, and all those things. Now listen. Normally, nowadays people are planning to make their careers in security, or they are going for like virtualization and cloud computing. These are the two top most career paths available for any person. It can be like security path, or it can be like cloud computing and virtualization. You must heard about AWS or Microsoft Azure or Google GCP, Google Cloud Platform. There are like many cloud providers available, right? The security and cloud computing is the topmost demand right now, and it will be topmost demand for next many years actually. Okay, so how to reach till cloud computing, or how to reach till security? How we can make a career in cloud computing, or how we can make a career in security? So if you want to make a career in cloud computing or security, the first thing you should do here is you should learn the server administration and the network administration. So without the knowledge of server administration and network administration, you cannot understand everything in cloud computing, you cannot understand everything in security. Okay, so to make a career in networking, the two courses that you have to do first is MCSE and CCNA. These are not basic courses actually, these are administration courses. Basic courses, basic things will be like basic knowledge of computer hardware or basic knowledge of computer network is a basic course. So MCSE and CCNA is not a basic course. MCSE and CCNA are the administration courses. Okay, so whenever you see a person who is working in cloud computing somewhere, or if you know a person who is working as a security person, that person has started his career from MCSE CCNA only. Okay guys, so these are the two courses that every person should do if they want to make a career in networking. In networking, these are the options available. In networking, you know, there is Windows Server Administration, Linux Server Administration, virtualization, security, cloud computing. All these paths are available. All these options are available. But if you want to reach till cloud computing, or if you want to go with the security, then like I said, you must know the Windows Server Administration part, and you must know the network administration part. Then only you are eligible to learn cloud computing and security. Then only a company can hire you as a cloud administrator or a security administrator. I have known some people, I have seen some people, they started learning cloud computing directly. See, without the knowledge of Windows Server Administration and network administration, if you are learning cloud computing, 60 to 70% topics you cannot understand it. Because in cloud computing, 60 to 70% topics are related to your server administration and network administration. Like for example, there is a concept called IP address. Okay, IP address means IP means it is called Internet Protocol. It is a number. IP is a number using which we can communicate with other device. Like when you say google.com, google.com has an IP address. Google.com also has an IP address. Without IP address, you cannot communicate with any device over the network or any device over the internet. Okay. So what is this IP? What are the types of IPs available? How we can assign the IP? What are the functions of IP? All these things you are learning in CCNA, and it will take like 1 week. Now, once you go to this AWS, or once you go to virtualization, or once you go to security, whatever you do in your career, this IP addresses will be used in each and every technology. Listen carefully, guys. I am saying IP address you are learning in CCNA. IP address you are learning in CCNA, and IP address you are using in every other technology. So if you're not having proper knowledge of IP address that you are learning in CCNA, then if you go to cloud computing, you cannot understand what is happening there, because in cloud computing it will be written as, okay, these are the numbers we need to assign. These are the IP addresses we need to assign. So you should know the concept of IP addressing in a better way. And where exactly you're learning IP address concept? IP address concept you're learning in CCNA. I'll show you my class, some other class actually. Okay, so this is some CCNA morning 7 o'clock class. Now this is the concept of IP addressing here. What you see here is all IP address. Like I said, IP address will take 5 to 6 classes. Now, one more thing. You can see something written here as 10.0.0.2, or you can see something written here as 172.16.1.2. There are some numbers here. You know, when you go to cloud computing, they will say a number like 172.16.0.0. They can say a number like 172.16.0.0/16. It will take one class for us to understand what is this 172.16.0.0/16. It will take one session actually in CCNA. But once we go to cloud computing, no one is explaining you like what is 172.16.0.0. You should know what is 172.16.0.0, and you should know what is 172.16.20. You should know what is 172.16.21 or 24. or maybe like 28. You should know these values. Okay, so where you are learning about these values, you are learning about these values in CCNA, because this IP address concept is added in CCNA syllabus. This IP address concept is part of your CCNA course. Once you move to any other course like Linux administration or virtualization or cloud computing or security, no one will explain you there like what is 172.16.0.0/28. So many people who came to me, many people who spoke to me, they said, okay, cloud computing is looking good, but there are certain topics, so there are many topics which we are not able to understand. And one of the topic they said is something like this: 172.16.0.0/28. So my question to them was, have you done CCNA or Windows Server Administration? And they said no. So I said, without the knowledge of Windows Server Administration and the CCNA, it is not possible for you to learn cloud computing or VMware or security, because you are missing many concepts there. One of the main concept is this IP addressing. Like this, there are many more concepts you're missing. So I said, it is not possible for anyone to make a career in cloud computing or security without learning Windows Server Administration and network administration. Okay, so these are the things that we are learning in IP addressing. This is just a just an introduction about IP addressing. Just imagine if there are like 8 classes for IP addressing, how much you are going to learn. Okay, so what is MCAC and what is CCNA? MCAC is your Windows Server Administration and CCNA is your Network Administration. And in CCNA, you're learning about IP address, router, and switch. Okay, I can see one person here, Rav Sahib Narsali. I can see you're raising your hand. So, any question from your side? Anything you wanna say here? I hope I'm pronouncing your name perfectly here. Rav Sahib Narsali. I'll just write the name here. Yeah, this is the name. So any question from you? I'm still waiting for some response from your side, because I can see you have raised your hand there. Okay, chalo, I got the answer. Yeah, no. No problem. Let's move. Okay, so this is something that I have discussed in my previous session. What is MCAC, what is CCN, and all those things. So I'll just wait here for 30 seconds. Let us see if you have any questions, any doubts, or if you wanna say something about this CCNA code specially, then you can ask your question. So hopefully we can see those things and then we can move into our CCNA and MCAC in more details. So it's up to you now. I'll just wait here for like 30 seconds. Take your time. Okay, chalo, fine. Everything is all good. So I hope you understood what we have done till now, what we have discussed, what we said. MCAC and CCNA are the two mandatory courses that every person should do. Now, if you are a fresher, if you are a fresher, you know, in majority of cases, you will start working in a company as a Windows Server administrator and as network administrator. In majority of cases, you will get a job here. In some cases, you may get a job as a Linux administrator, or you may get a job in cloud computing and all those things, but that is very rare. In majority of cases, the job opportunities will be on Windows Server Administration and network administration for a fresher. So once you have experience of like 18 months or like 2 years, then you can go with some other technologies. Like I told you, cloud computing is there. virtualization is there, Linux is there, and security is there. Okay, so to reach till this level, to reach till cloud computing level, to reach till security level, you should begin from these two courses. Okay, so what we are learning in CCNA, we are learning, this is CCNA routing and switching, and this is the course designed by Cisco. Like Cisco is a very famous company that is famous for designing or manufacturing your routers and switches. I'll just try to show you something here. This is your Cisco router. A Cisco router will be something like this. These are your Cisco routers actually. So you should know what is this router, what is there inside this router, what is there outside the router, and how to configure a router. Okay, how to troubleshoot a router, what protocols we use in a router. This is what we learn in CCNA. This is one of the concept in CCNA. That is your router concept. Okay, then we have switch. These are the switches from Cisco. So you should know what is a switch, how to configure a switch, how to troubleshoot a switch. Okay, this is one part of your CCNA. So router will take around 13 to 14 classes. Switches will take like 5 to 6 classes. And like I said, your IP addressing will take around 6 classes for us to finish. So overall, it will take around 35 days to finish your CCNA. CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. It will take 35 days for us to finish CCNA. So in this 35 days, majorly you are learning these three concepts. There will be like 2 to 3 days where we are learning some other concepts. Some other concepts are related to router and switch only. Okay, they are related with router or switch. Okay, so overall it will take 35 days to 36 days for us to finish this CCNA. Okay, so I repeat again, guys, what is the CCNA? CCNA stands for, I'll just write here, Cisco Certified Network Associate. This is CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate, and RNS here means CCNA Router and Switch. CCNA Router and Switch. And this course is designed by Cisco. This Cisco company is offering you this course. Okay, so Cisco Certified Network Associate is the full form of CCNA, and what we are learning in CCNA, these are the three major topics we are learning in CCNA. Okay, now again I'll say this, is it compulsory to learn CCNA? Is it mandatory to learn CCNA? Answer is a big yes. It is mandatory for us to learn CCNA. CCNA is one of the most important courses you have in networking. CCNA is one of the topmost courses we have in networking. Every network person who is related to networking in any way, maybe he is related through cloud computing, maybe he is related to security or virtualization or Linux administration or Windows administration. If he is related to networking in any form, that person should learn CCNA for sure. Without the knowledge of CCNA, that person cannot understand the other technologies. Okay, you should know how routers are working, you should know how switches are working, and you should know the no, you should have the proper knowledge of IP addressing. See, normally people get some idea of a concept, normally people get some knowledge of a concept, but coming to this IP addressing, you should not have the knowledge or the idea of IP addressing. You should have the perfection of IP addressing. You should know everything in more details. Normally people finish IP addressing like 2 to 3 classes. 2 to 3 classes are not sufficient. I can tell with my example, from my experience actually, if you're learning IP addressing in like 2 to 3 classes, you will get some idea. That idea is okay for you to configure a router and a switch, but that idea is not enough for you to learn the other concepts in networking. Whatever we do in networking, there is a address there. Okay, so if you are spending minimum 5 to 6 classes, this 5 to 6 classes will be useful for you for rest of your career in a way, because IP addressing is one topic that will remain same, and IP addressing in one topic that every administrator should know perfectly. You should get perfection in IP address. You should not get only the knowledge. Okay, I have done till CCNA, CCNP, CCI. What is CCNA, CCNP, CCI? I'll come there within 5 minutes, hopefully. But I have gone till CCIE. So CCI was looking easier for me when I did my CCI, because I was good in my CCNA, and especially I was good in my CCNA IP addressing. So if you are good in this IP addressing concept, many other concepts will look easier for you. I'll show you some diagram here. Just show you some computer topologies here. Okay, so what you see on your screen actually is a computer network. There are 5 routers here. A company will be designed in this way. So there are totally 5 routers. And if you can see clearly here, guys, here it is written as 12.0.2.1/24. So you should know what is this /24. Here it is written as 1.1.0./8. So you should know what is this /8. See, all these are IP addresses here. Whatever you see, everything is a IP. So the computer networks are designed according to IP. See, this is a huge network. I'll just zoom in. See, can you see 10.1.1.12/30? Here it is written as 192.168.10.254/24. 192.168.20.250/24. So within like some seconds, you should know what is 192.168.20.250/24. Within some seconds, you should know this address and what is /24 means, and all the details about this particular number. That much perfection you should get in IP addressing. That much detailed knowledge you should get about IP addressing. So whenever you see any computer network, the computer network should be designed like this. It is a huge network. It is not possible for me to explain everything right now, and it is not possible for you to understand right now, because this network is a big network here. Like we can see many servers here: NTP server, ADS server, DNS, DHCP servers. There is a firewall here. There is a router here. There is a switch here. So there are many things available here. Okay, so it is not possible for us to discuss all these things, but I can show you only one major thing here. Whenever you see any device, that device has a particular IP address. So if you're good in this IP configuration, the design you can understand easily, this network you can understand easily, and this network you can configure easily. So CCNA course, IP addressing is one of the most important topic, and all over, if you talk about whole networking courses or the complete networking path, IP addressing is again one of the top concept that every person should know. Okay, so these are the 3 major things we are learning in CCNA: IP address, router, and switch. Now again, I'll wait for like 30 seconds here. If you have any questions here, any doubts here, you can send me a message, or you can just talk to me directly. So once this much is clear, then hopefully we can see some other things today. I know this is the first class, so maybe some of you are feeling shy to ask a question, but okay, no issues. Today, tomorrow, coming classes, if you're raising a question, if you're asking a question, that will be good for you as well as for all the other people. Because if you take a doubt back home, if you're not clearing your doubt, then it is not useful for anyone. Okay, so whatever doubts we have, whatever questions we have, you can simply send me a message, or you can simply call me. You can simply talk to me directly. Okay, guys. Okay, now let us move. So this CCNA course, like I said, is designed by Cisco, But you know, one year before, the CCNA was something else. Like when you talk about CCNA, there were many CCNA courses. Like if I say like someone is an engineer, if someone is an engineer, he may be a mechanical engineer, he may be a civil engineer, electrical engineer, maybe some other engineer. If someone is a MBA graduate, maybe he has done MBA in finance and MBA in marketing, or MBA in like say IT, or MBA in like HR. MBA is MBA, but there are many options available, right? Engineering is engineering, but there are many engineers available. So in the same way, CCNA was one, routing and switching. Another CCNA was like security. Another CCNA was like voice or collaboration. Another CCNA was wireless. Then service provider. Some more things. So before 1 year, till the start of 2020 actually, CCNA course has this many courses. One course was CCNA routing and switching. That is what we are learning now. And every person should learn CCNA routing and switching. And suppose if someone is interested in security, then you know what he should do? First, he should do CCNA routing and switching. Then he should go with like CCNA security. If someone is interested in wireless, first he should do CCNA routing and switching, then he should go with wireless. If someone is interested in service provider, that is internet service provider, first he should do CCNA routing and switching, then he should go with CCNA service provider. So like this, we have like many options available, many courses available. But as of now, there is only one CCNA, that is CCNA routing and switching. There is no other course available there. I repeat, there is only CCNA routing and switching available. There is no CCNA security, there is no CCNA collaboration, there is no CCNA wireless, there is no CCNA service provider. All these CCNA courses are stopped by the Cisco. They are not offering these courses. They are retired by the Cisco. Okay, so we have only CCNA routing and switching available now. Okay, done. We have done CCNA routing and switching, for example. Or suppose we started learning CCNA routing and switching. So in this CCNA routing and switching, we are learning about a router and a switch. But are we going to learn everything about router and switch here? The answer is no. In CCNA routing and switching, there is some syllabus. There is a design syllabus there. So if you know the CCNA routing and switching, you will be in a position to configure two routers or more than two routers. You will be in a position to make communication between Hyderabad, Delhi, Bombay, or you can make communication between India, Australia, Brazil, France, Germany. You can make this communication. That is the work of router actually, to make communication between different networks. Okay, so once you do CCNA routing and switching, you are in the you will be in a position to make communication there. But you know, there are many other concepts we have to do in CCNA. There are many other configurations we have to do in a router actually. But all the configurations are not added in CCNA. Same with your router and same with your switch. So what Cisco has done here is Cisco has divided this Cisco carrier path into majorly three levels. The first level here is CCNA. This is your associate level, Cisco certified network associate. Associate means a person who should do some basic work, and this person is working under a professional person, experienced person. So if you are having CCNA knowledge, then your knowledge is up to like associate knowledge. You know what is a router, you know how to configure a router, you know how to troubleshoot a router, you know what is their inside router, you know what is their outside router. You can make communication between two routers. Like here you can see, if you do CCNA, you should know like how to make communication between these routers. You will learn how to make communication between these routers actually. Like there is a router one here. Here we can see clearly router one, how to make communication from router one to router two. Router two is connected to router 4, as well as it is connected to router 3. So how to make communication there? But again, you can see one thing very common here, that is IP address 23.0.0.0/8. Okay, so like this we will see how to make communication between multiple networks or different networks. Okay, so that you are learning in CCNA routing and switching. Now, once you finish your CCNA routing and switching, like I said you, this is a associate level course. You're not learning everything about router and switch here. But how much you're learning in CCNA routing and switching, that much is more than enough for you to understand cloud computing, virtualization, security, and all those things. I repeat again, how much you're learning in CCNA routing and switching, that much is more than enough for you to learn all these higher technologies or all these other technologies. But in CCNA routing and switch, you're not learning everything about router and everything about switch. That is not possible. It is not possible to learn about router within like 15 days. It is not possible to learn everything about switch within like 1 week. So for this reason, what Cisco has done, Cisco has divided this technology into 3 layers. So one is CCNA and second one is CCNP. CCNP stands for Cisco Certified Network Professional. This is CCNP routing slash switching. Cisco Certified Network Professional. Professional means a person who has more knowledge compared to a associate person. Professional is a person who has more experience compared to a associate person. So if you want to learn more about routers and switches, then you should go with CCNP, that is Cisco Certified Network Professional, CCNP router and switch. In CCNP router and switch, like I said, you will be learning more. For example, in CCNA router, if you're learning like 7 practicals, if you're doing 7 labs here, once you go to CCNP routing and switching, you may do around 20 labs. You're doing 7 practicals here, you may do like 20 practicals here. Same router, same switch with more configuration, with advanced configuration. So if someone is interested in making a career only in network, for him, once he finishes MCSE and CCNA, he can go with like CCNP, Cisco Certified Network Professional. Then no need to go with like cloud computing or virtualization or security. You have chosen a path in network. Okay. Now, once you finish your CCNP, there is one more path here that is called CCIE, Cisco Certified Inter-Network Expert. See, CCIE means Cisco Certified Inter-Network Expert. You are becoming an expert here. Okay, so Cisco Certified Inter-Network Expert in router and switch. So once you do the CCIE, you know everything about router and you know everything about switch because you are expert now. Okay, you are an expert now, so you know everything about router and switch. Whatever router you have, whatever switch you have, you can configure everything. You know all the details, you know all the configurations, and you can troubleshoot easily about router and switch. This is the last level we have. Okay, so CCIE is Cisco Certified Inter-Network Expert. I have done CCNA, CCNP, and I have done till CCIE. So I know what is there in router in and out. I know what is there in switch in and out. I have done till CCIE level, Cisco Certified Inter-Network Expert level. So you can just imagine like the career is a very lengthy career. It's a lengthy path. So CCNA is for associate level, CCNP is for like professional level, and CCIE is your inter-network expert. This is one of the highly demanded courses in networking or IT. I can say in this way, this is one of the highly paid jobs in IT. CCIE is a huge responsibility. It's a very, very big course. Okay, but this is not for a fresher. This is for people with like 3 years or 4 years of working experience. But I'm just showing you like, okay, once you do CCNA, what other options available for you? So these are the other options available. CCNP and then CCIE. So these are the courses designed by Cisco. These are the 3 levels. You know, these are the 3 levels. Because of these 3 levels, it is very easy or it is more, you know, possible for any person to go till CCIE level. You know, early 1990s, like 1993 and 1994, there was only one course called CCIE. It was not CCNA, it was not CCNP. It was very difficult for anyone to learn a technology from basic to expert level in a single go, in a single duration. So what this Cisco has done, they have divided these courses into three categories: NA, NP, and IE. So if someone is planning for IE, if someone is planning to make a career in networking, within 2 to 3 years, you will see yourself learning Cisco Certified Internet for Expert. You will see yourself learning CCIE course there. Okay. Now, every CCNA, CCNP, or CCI course has some examinations. Okay. So you know the online certifications. You do some course, and for that course, there is an online exam. These exams are conducted by Cisco. And if you go with MCAC, these exams are conducted by Microsoft. If you go with Linux, these exams are conducted by Linux, Red Hat Linux. If you go with like cloud computing, the examinations are conducted by Microsoft or Google or maybe your Amazon. So for every technology, there is a certification. What we need to understand here is, do we need to write examination? If yes, then which examination we need to write? Now, if you compare MCSE and CCNA, there is no MCSE examination available now. MCSE is the only course we have to do. Examination, it is not available. But coming to CCNA, CCNA course is available as well as examination is available. If you put CCNA examination on your resume, if you say like, okay, you're a CCNA certified person, if that is added in your resume, it will add more, weightage in your resume. I repeat again, if you add CCNA certification in your resume or CV, it will put more weightage in your resume, because CCNA certification is one of the topmost certification in IT. Okay, so let us go to CCNA and see what certification we have. So in CCNA, actually, there is one exam and the examination fees is $200. CCNA, there is one examination and the examination fees is $200, and the total marks will be 1,000. Out of 1,000, you should get 825 to pass your exam. Done. And the questions will be majorly multiple choice questions and answers. You know this multiple choice questions and answers. So this examination, the questions will be multiple choice questions and answers, and the questions will be between 45 to 60. Suppose we have 7 people here. If someone is writing exam today, he may get 45 questions. Some other person may get 50 questions. I may get 55 questions. Some may get 52 questions. So total questions we will get in examination is between 45 to 60, and 90% questions will be like multiple choice question answers. Total marks will be like 1,000, and you should get minimum 825 to pass your exam. Okay, so this is your CCNA certification. There is one examination, and that examination fees is $200. I repeat again, if you're a CCNA certified person, it will be great for your career. It will put lot of weightage in your resume. Companies will consider people with certification. Company will go with people. Of course, knowledge is mandatory, but companies will use our certification for their benefit. Okay, so with proper knowledge, if you have a certification with you, then it will put lot of weightage in your resume, and there are more chances of getting an interview call, and that will be easy for you to crack the interview. So if you're planning to go in networking, just remember CCNA certification is one of the highly respectable certification. CCNA certification is one of the most demanding certification in networking. Okay, so this is about your CCNA certification, one exam, and this is the passing marks, and these are the question answers. Now the question here is, once we finish our CCNA here, like suppose you are continuing the classes, and suppose within 35 days you have finished your CCNA. So once you finish your CCNA, can we go and attempt our CCNA exam? Once we do our courses, once we learn about IP address, router and switches and all those things, can we go and can we write our examination? And if I write the examination, can I pass the examination? Can I pass my test? Okay, now there is a simple way of writing CCNA exam or any exam actually, whether it is CCNA, MCSE, AWS or virtualization or any exam. And the way is, when you learn a course actually, like you started learning something like a CCNA, you're learning what is a IP address, what is a router, what is a switch. You're learning the concept there. What is this and how to configure this and how to troubleshoot this. So you're learning your administration there. Remember guys, administration is something and exam is something. Administration is like what to do in a company, how to configure a router, how to configure a switch, what is the IP address. This is your administration. But coming to exam, 45 to 60 questions, of course they are related with administration, they are related with IP addressing, they are related with router, they are related with switch. Okay, fine, everything is fine. But after learning the course, can we pass our examination? Answer is no. I repeat again, after learning the course you cannot pass your exam. After learning the course, can you work in a company? Of course yes. After learning the course, you can work in any company on the face of the earth as an administrator, that is for sure. But can you pass your examination? No. Then how to pass the examination now? So these 45 to 60 questions are multiple choice questions, but you know these questions will be like scenario based questions. So the total time here is only 120 minutes. In 120 minutes we need to finish 45 to 60 questions, and in this 120 minutes hardly you can finish like 10-15 questions, hardly 10 to 15 questions. Okay, so to write your CCNA exam or in that way any exam, there is something called dumps. We have to take these dumps. So what are these dumps here? Actually dumps means around 250 question and answers will be there. Suppose if someone is telling you, okay, take this 250 question answers and go home, just try to understand, just try to remember, just try to memorize whatever. Just memorize these 250 question answers from these dumps. And once you go to examination, how many question answers will come? 45 to 60 question answers will come, right? Now, what if I say all these 45 to 60 question and answers will come from these 250 question answers? Sounds good, right? Already we have like 250 questions with answers. You should prepare around 250 questions and answers. And when you go to exam, you are getting around 50-60 questions. So all these 50-60 questions we will get from these 250 questions. Now tell me, is it difficult to pass your exam? Of course, no. So what you should do, you should take these dumps and you should go for CCNA examination. If you're learning a course, if you're reading a book, if you're doing practicals and all those things, this will be helping you in like interview, and this will be helping you in working. But this will not help you in certification. This will not help you in examination. For examination, you should compulsory go with dumps. Without dumps, a person cannot pass a examination. Whether he is writing a security examination or a cloud examination or a virtualization examination, you should go with these dumps. So in these dumps, there are already some question answers available. So just prepare those question answers, and when you go to exam, the questions will come in exam from these dumps only. So it will not be difficult for you to write your exam, because you already know the questions. You know more questions, from that more questions you are getting some questions. Got it? What is the concept of dumps here? I'll just show you where you can get dumps. There are some websites here like exam collection. Yeah, this is exam collection website. We can go there. See, we can see Microsoft here, Cisco here, CompTIA, Amazon, VMware, HP, Citrix, Google. See, we can see many companies here, Juniper. So if you want to write any Microsoft examination, go to Microsoft and select your certification number. Every exam has a number here that is called code. Select your certification code. Here we can see Excel 2010. You know, MS Office, MS Word, MS PowerPoint, MS Excel. This also have a certification from Microsoft. So what is the examination code for MS Word here? MS Word 2010 version 77-881. Okay, so like this, for every certification there is a certification code. If you go to Cisco here, this is CCNA, and the CCNA that we are learning here is 200-301. See, there are this many courses available from CCNA. All these are different courses and different certifications. Yeah, there are many courses available, but what is the course we are learning here? 200-301. This is your examination code. 200-301. Okay, so once you go to 200-301, pass your CCA exam, 200-301 easy exam, then it will ask you like $70-80 here. And let me show you some question answers here, just for your idea. So of course we need to pay here. These dumps are not free. Okay, we have some reviews here. What it says, someone is from Belgium and he says, I completed my exam in September and I can honestly say that the questions I found on this website are great. Okay, and someone is from India, he said, I passed my CCN exam not so long ago, and like, you know, we can see some reviews here and they are saying like they passed this exam and all those things. So these are the dumps you should take, guys, and by taking these dumps you can write your examination. Whatever online exam you're writing here, for most of the online exams you have dumps. So without preparing dumps, if you're attempting any online examination, especially like CCNA, like we're talking about CCNA, you know, 90-95% cases there is a chance that you can fail your exam because the questions are scenario based questions. So it will take a lot of time for us to understand the question and to answer that question. So it will be great, or it will be better for you, just prepare these dumps and go and write your exam. See, here we can see top Cisco certifications. There is CCI here, CCNA, CCNP. For every course, for every CCNA, CCNP and CCI course, there is a certification available, and for every certification there are dumps available. 99% cases, and maybe more than 99% cases, people will write exams by using dumps. That is the way, that is the process of writing writing the exam. If you're simply preparing books, if you're simply preparing if you're simply doing practicals, you're attending classes, watching videos and all those things, like I said, this will be useful for you when you face an interview, and this will be useful for you when you work in a company, but these things will not help you in examination, because examination scenario is a different scenario. Okay, so for examination you have to take dumps and you have to go and write your exam. And coming to CCNA book, I'll just show you one book here. If you want to read books, reading book is a great habit actually. So if you want to read book, these are the two books available. You can take this book, CCNA 200-301. This is from Cisco. You can see this color. Brendan Odom is the author name here. You can take this book. This is good book. Or if you want to take some other author book, then there is an author called Richard Deal. You can choose this book also. Okay, so you can go with this book or you can go with that CCNA Cisco publication. These are the two good books available. Okay, books, again, if you are reading books, that is useful for you to gain knowledge. Books will be helping you in understanding more concept in more details, but books are the classes, are the practicals. They will not help you in passing your examination. Passing your examination is done through dumps only. Okay, so this is about your CCNA examination. I repeat again, CCNA is there is one examination, that is CCNA routing and switching, and the examination code is 200-301. The exam will be one, and the Fees will be like $200 and total marks will be like 1000, and you should get 825 marks there to pass your exam. And majority of questions will be like multiple choice questions. You will get how many questions here? 45 to 60 questions you will get. In between this range you will get questions, and total marks will be 120. And if you prepare dumps very well, all these 45 to 60 questions will come from this dumps only. So passing CCN examination is not a big deal. Passing CCN examination is very easy actually, because you already know the question answers there. You already have questions and answers. You're simply memorizing, or maybe you're understanding question and answers. And once you go there, you're getting options there, A, B, C, D, E, multiple choice questions. So you should simply select the option and just say next, 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 finish. And once you finish your examination, once you say finish, within like a second, you will get the result there, whether you pass the exam or for some reason you fail the exam. So within a second, you will get your result on your screen. Okay, so this is about your CCNA examination. So I'll wait here for 30 seconds. Hopefully, if you have any questions, hopefully we can see that, and then we can move into like CCNP and CCIE. We can see some brief history introduction of CCNP and CCIE. So just take your time. If there is any question, we can clear our doubts and we can move. Okay, so I guess there are no questions here. I have not received any message in my chat box also. So let us continue with our session now. Okay, coming to CCNP, actually CCNP, there are 3 examinations. Okay, and coming to CCIE and CCI, there are 2 exams. In CCI, there are 2 exams. One exam is called CCIE lab exam, or first is theory actually, and the second one is lab. CCI theory exam will cost you $350, and the lab exam will cost you, the fees of this lab exam is $1,500. That is the examination fees. $1,500 means it is more than 1 lakh Indian rupees. That is the fees of CCIE examination, lab examination. Theory is $350 and lab. Theory means multiple choice question answers will be there. So again, 1 hour 20 minutes you can finish your exam. But coming to CCIE lab examination, it is an exam for nearly 8 hours. And in India, a country like India, there is only one examination center for CCIE lab, that is in Bangalore. So you should go to Bangalore and you should write your exam. Okay, if someone is interested in CCI, maybe after like a couple of years. So these are the exams from Cisco. So CCNP and CCI, just keep this for knowledge purpose. You should know, okay, once you do CCNA, what other options are available for you. So these are the other options available for you. But you should concentrate more on CCNA. Every person should know CCNA. I repeat again, every person who is related to networking, maybe he's related through cloud computing, or related to virtualization, or related to Linux administration, or maybe related to security, from whichever way he is connected to networking, every person should know CCNA. CCNA is one of the most important codes for a network administrator. Mainly because we are learning about routing, switching, and the most important concept here is your IP addressing. Because of these 3 reasons, every person should know this CCNA. So first you should learn the course, then you should write the examination, third is you're facing interview, then you're working as an administrator. That's it. Okay, so examination is not difficult because you already have question answers here. Learning wise, you should spend as much time as possible. Learning is the most important concept here. Okay, I'll just write something here. There are four stages actually of our career. One is learning, second one is exam, third one is interview, and the fourth stage is job. I can say job or I can say like work, whatever. One simple question to you all. Can you tell me out of these four stages, learning, examination, interview, and job, according to you, which one is more easy and which one is more difficult? Like you may have knowledge of some other courses, you may have done some other courses, or maybe you may have working somewhere as some administrator, whatever. So according to you, can you tell me like out of these four, which one is more difficult and which one is more easier? Speak up, guys. I know this is the first session. Maybe you're not so much familiar with me. Maybe you're not so like, okay with me in the first session, but I'm expecting minimum 5 to 10 questions in every class. Minimum 5 to 10 doubts in every class. There will be like around 35 days. We'll be learning CCNA. So if I get questions every day, like 5 to 10 questions, I'll be happy here. Happy in the sense I feel like, okay, you're getting something. And if you're not asking questions, it will be like waste of time to just come and sit here and just do some, just see what we are learning here. So it will be great for you if you ask a question. If you're not asking a question here, when you face an interview, someone will ask a question to you. So how can you answer this, right? It will be very difficult for you. Okay, so just relax, just be more frank, more open with me. Okay, so asking a question is always welcome. Okay, guys, so now let's see. Examinations are easy because we already have dumps for examination. Examination paper is out actually. When the paper is out, it is very easy for you to write exam. Okay, so we know the exam. Interview will be like easy, but normally people feel like interview is difficult. But if I say like 5 plus 5, how much? It will be very easy for you to say 10 here, right? Because you know the concept here. So if you know the concept of router and switch and IP addressing, the interviews will be easy. Interview is not like they're not asking you like how to make a rocket or how to launch a rocket. They're asking you something from IP addressing, router and switch. So interviews will be easy. Work, if you know how to configure a router, if you know how to configure a switch, and if you know what is the concept of IP addressing, work will be easy. So second, third, and fourth will be easy or maybe easier, easiest. But coming to learning, you're learning something for the first time. So whenever you learn something for the first time, you will feel a bit difficulty there. Like, you can speak English and Hindi, or maybe some regional languages like Punjabi, Telugu, Tamil, whatever. You can speak these languages. But when you start learning about a Chinese language or a French or a German language, initially you should spend some time. You should do some hard work. But it is not difficult to learn Chinese language. It is not difficult to learn French language, right? Here also same. You're learning something, you're learning about a router and switch and IP addressing. Some concepts will look here and they're a bit difficult. So wherever the concept is a bit difficult, we will spend more time there. We will see more examples there. Then things will be easier for us. So learning sometimes can be a bit difficult, but we will make our learning process more easy. We will make our learning process more interesting. Learning will be more fun. Okay, because we will take classes in a systematical way. We will take a concept in a systematical way from easy up to like professional level, from the basic up to like professional level. So learning we can make easier for us. Learning we can make interesting for us. Okay, so while you learn something, one thing that you should remember always is whenever there is a small doubt also, you should know how to ask a question. Just raise your hand or send me a message. Just ask a question. That's it. Because if you're taking a question, if you're taking a doubt with you, second class, third class, fourth class, that doubt will become a bigger doubt. Because if you're not able to understand something today, next day the topic will repeat with some other topic. See, in CCNA, all the topics are connected with each other. Each and every topic is connected with each other. Day number 1 is connected to day number 2. Day number 15 is connected to day number 16. Day number 18 is connected with day number 19. So in case if day number 18 you are having any doubt, day number 19 it will be a bit difficult for you to understand. So whatever doubts we have, those doubts we need to clear here itself. I am more than happy to answer your questions. I'm more than happy to hear your questions. Okay, so learning will be fun, learning will be easy, learning will be interesting. If you can interact with me, I can interact with you. So how to interact with me? You can simply send me a message, or you can simply raise your hand. So once I finish that particular topic, I'll come to you, then we can discuss that question. Your one question can clear your doubt, as well as it can clear some other person's doubt. Okay guys, so these are the 4 paths: learning, exam, interview, and job or work. So this is what you are spending time with me learning. But while learning, we will see examination, we will see interview questions. Actually, interview questions are much more important. Like when you face a topic, when you discuss a topic, you should know what interview questions will come. So go to any company, anywhere, the interview questions more or less it will be same. From IP addressing, there are some interview questions. From router, there are some interview questions. From switch, there are some interview questions. So interview questions will be same everywhere. If you are facing an interview somewhere in Hyderabad, or somewhere in Delhi, or somewhere in Australia, or somewhere in Brazil, your interview questions will be same. So while learning a particular topic, we are not only learning the theory and practical part, we will see how this will be used in companies, and what questions they will ask you from this particular topic. So we are preparing ourselves for interviews also. Then once you get a job, once you work in a company, you'll be more relaxed actually, because working is always easier if you do this learning process well. Okay guys, so this is what it is about CCNA routing and switching. So these are the things we were supposed to discuss today. If you still have any doubts, any questions here, I am open here for question answer session here. So hopefully we can clear all our doubts and we can stop this session for today. Tomorrow we will be starting our classes. Tomorrow will be the basic class. So from tomorrow we can continue with our classes. So I'll just wait here for like some couple of minutes, and I'm expecting some questions here. So if you have any doubts, hopefully we can see. Your CCNA certification will look something like this. Here you can see is one XYZ person. His name is Anil Kumar. He's a CCNA certified person. So your certification will come like this. But every certification has a certification ID. This certification is just a hard copy. So every person has a certification ID. So that certification ID should be mentioned in your resume. So if a company is cross-checking your certification, they will just cross-check your certification with their Cisco ID. Here we can see Cisco ID here. CSCO, some number is here. So we need to enter these numbers, and the companies, they will check your certifications. If needed, they will check your certification with the Cisco ID. Okay guys, so this is what I was supposed to discuss today. Okay, so the classes will be from 8 o'clock, like you can see. You will be getting softwares from me. You will get the lab book from me. You will get recorded classes, and you will get interview question and answers. These are the things I'll be providing to you. Okay, there is a question here from Nitin. No, the certification is valid for 3 years actually. Once you write your certification, this certification, you can see here clearly, Date certified is April 18, 2016 and valid through 2019. So CCN examination is certified for 3 years. So what to do after 3 years? After 3 years, you should go with any higher certification, like CCNP or CCIE. I did my CCNA exam in the year 2011. This is 2021. Till today, I am CCNA certified person. You know the reason? Because every 2 years, every 3 years, I'll go with one examination there, like CCNP exam. There are 3 exams in CCNA, like I said you. So every 3 years, if you write one exam, then your CCNA certification will continue for next 3 years. It will be carried forward for next 3 years. Or suppose if you don't want to write CCNP exam, so every 3 years, you should write one CCNA exam. Then your certification will be valid for next 2 years, 3 years, and whatever. So like this, your certifications are valid for 3 years. Okay. So these are the things you will be getting from me. Softwares, books, lab books, there is practical book, recorded classes and interview sessions. All these things I have already I already shared with the management. So hopefully very soon you will get all these things from the management. Okay. So anything else? Any other question? I have designed some PPTs also for this course. So those PPTs I'll be like for example, if you go with IP address concept, so it will be easy for you to understand something in like PowerPoint presentation. These are classes we have to see. So don't worry about classes as of now. So classes we are starting from tomorrow at 8 p.m. and overall it will take 35 days. 35 days is not fixed. In case if you need some extra time, if you need some extra practice, if you want to revise some topics, then I'll be more than happy to revise the topics and spend more time with you. Officially it is 35 days. It can go like 37 days also, or we can finish in 35 days also. It's up to us how we are learning, how much time we are spending. That is what matters actually. Once you finish your course, you should be in a position to work in any company as administrator, network administrator. You should be in a position to face any interview. Examination is not a big deal. We know that very well. Okay. So we are learning in that way. We are preparing ourselves for examination. We are preparing ourselves for interview. We are preparing ourselves for job. Okay. In this next 35 days. And whatever you are learning in this next 35 days, this knowledge will be there with you. This knowledge will be useful for rest of your career. Routing concepts, switching concept and IP addressing concepts will come again and again in some other technologies like cloud computing or VMware or security and all those things. Okay, so these are the three most important concepts a person should know if he is a networking guy. Okay guys, so that's it from me for today. Thanks for joining. So I'll wait here for like 30 more seconds. So if there is any doubt or question, then hopefully we can see, or else we can stop this session for today. And just a simple request, guys, please. You can see the situation of our country right now for last 1 week, 10 days or 15 days. The COVID is again, it is in the second wave now. It's much more dangerous than the first wave. I'm just sorry to like bring this topic here, but just a simple and humble request here, guys. So please use your mask and you sanitize yourself and try to avoid social gathering anyway. Okay, so the situation is very bad. You can see everywhere the things are becoming very bad and bad day by day. So just try to use mask and sanitize yourself and please be safe. Don't try to go outside if it is not needed. So hopefully very soon our country will be like free from this corona, COVID, whatever you say. So just try to avoid your gatherings and please use your mask and sanitize yourself. Okay, guys, so that's it for me for today. So I'll just wait for 30 seconds here. So if there is nothing from your side, so hopefully we can stop this session for today and hope to see you tomorrow with a topic, with a new topic. And hopefully the classes will be more interesting and more fun. And hopefully we can learn and we can have some proper idea of CCNA in next 35 days. Okay, fine. So I guess there are no doubts and no questions. So hopefully you understood everything. So they will share this recorded video with you. Just try to watch this video again. And in case if you have any doubt, you can come to me tomorrow. Okay. So thanks for joining. Have a nice day. See you again tomorrow at same time, 8 a.m. Thank you.